administration, right? So as part of the client administration, so we have completed the how to create the client, right? How to create the client. As part of the client administration, we are discussing about the client administration. The client administration, so client creation we have completed. So using the SEC4 transaction code, so we can create the client. We can create the client. And also for creation of the client, there is a dependency. So dependency logical system. Dependency the logical system creation. Logical systems creation. So while creating the logical system, you have to use the SID, CLNT, client number. That is the syntax. So you have to create the logical system, either sale transaction code or BD54 or the transaction codes, you can use it, right? So ensure when you are creating the client or when you are using the logical system creation, we should not use the SAP star or DDIC users. We should not use the SAP star DDIC users. Why? Because so with these users, customer changes are not allowed with these users. So what you have to do, you need to use the either other than SAP star basis users. So in our case, we have the basis user. So basis user, you can use the basis user for creating the logical systems and everything here, right? So you can log into the basis user, right? So then after logging, go to the BD54. There you can create the logical system. So other than SAP star basis user, we have to use it. Other than SAP star basis user, we have to use it. I see here some clients already create some logical systems already created. If I go to the SEC4 transaction code, here also some clients are created. You can see the clients are created here. The clients are created here, right? The clients are created here. So this is the one. So this is the one we have. So we discussed yesterday. And also if you want to change the client settings, here we can change the client settings here. Go to the respective client. Here we can change it to the no changes are allowed or changes are allowed to the no changes. So whatever we want, we can change here. Whatever we want, we can change this one here, right? So this is what we can see in the system. Yesterday we discussed it. Today, okay, fine. We created the client. How to log into the newly created client? 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 This is the here, right? Why? Because we created the new client. Then how to log into the newly created client? So to log into the newly created client, we need to activate the emergency user. Emergency user, we have to activate it here. Emergency user means SAP star with pass is the password. We have to activate, right? So how to activate means, so there is a one parameter or disk. So login slash, so no underscore automatic underscore user underscore SAP star. So this parameter we have to change here. So now it comes to there is a one interlinked topic called the profiles and parameters. The profiles and parameters here. Why? Because if you want to change this parameter value in SAP, first of all you should know what is this, where to change the parameters, how many profiles we have, where to change the parameters. So these things we should be required here. So the profiles and parameters. So here in SAP, so we have three. So we have two types profiles are two types of profiles are available in SAP. Two types of profiles are available in SAP. So one is instance profile. The second one is the default profile, instance profile and default profile here, right? Instance profile means in the instance profile again we have the two, right? So one is the ASCS instance profile. The second one is the primary application server profile, means instance profile. These are the instances. So when you install the SAP, there are the two instances will be created, ASCS instance and primary application server instance, right? So default, there is a default default.pfl profile will be created, right? Default profile. So default profile will be created. So in these profiles, suppose ASCS profile contains ASCS parameters. Application server profile contains application parameters. Default contains default related settings are available in the default profile. Default profiles it is available. So default settings are available in the default profile here. Profile here. Right, default profile it is available, instance profile and default profile it is available here, right? There the two types of profiles are available in SAP. One is the instance profile and default profile here. Instance profile and default profile it is available here, right? We need to activate the emergency user here. So one is the instance profile, default profile here. So all instance related settings, if you want to change anything in the SAP system, if you want to increase or decrease, change the settings, you need to use the instance profiles. You need to use the instance profile. So ASCS means if you want to change any message server, NQ server related settings, then you need to use the ASCS profile. If you want to change the application server related settings, application server means each application server we have the work process, right? So dialog work process, right? Update, background, spool. Suppose you want to increase the dialog, you want to decrease the dialog. So you want to change you want to activate the emergency user. These all are the parameters. These all are the parameters here. So if you want to change any parameters in SAP, either we have to change in the application server profile, we have to change it, and we need to do the restart of the application server to affect the changes. We need to restart the system here, right? So here, each application server, each instance, there is a dedicated profile is available. Here, right? So suppose where to change here in SAP. Now we know the profiles are available. If you want to change any configuration settings, suppose by default you will get the SAP settings. You don't want to use, you want to change your own settings. So that time we have to change the parameters. So where to change the system parameters? So in RZ10 or RZ11, RZ10 or RZ11 are the transaction code. There we can change the profile parameters. There we have to change the profile parameters. We have to change it. So these parameters are available in the profiles. Go to the login to the SAP system here. Here, when you log into the SAP system here, now you see, go to the RZ10. RZ10 is the transaction code here. So here we need to change this profile parameters. We need to change this profiles here. Just select the view, just expand it. So first of all, we need to import the profile as soon as installation is completed. There is some issue here. That's why parameters are not importing. Okay, it's okay. So we have, see here, we have the types of profiles: instance profile, default profile. In the instance profile, we have the two instances, right? We have the two instances. One is the So instance profile, one is the, we have the two instances, D04 instance, D13 instance. These related and default profile also available. So normally ASS profile also should come here. ASS profile also should come here. But so let's see, system throwing the dumps here. Let's see it will import or not. So no, it's not importing. Due to some kernel issues, system throwing the dumps. Okay, here we have the profiles are available. Suppose if you want to change any profile, suppose we want to change, so in the profile, then we have to go to the this one, click on the change button, click on the change button here. Suppose here these are the parameters, these all are the parameters here, these all are the default parameters here. So here you can see rdisk slash wp underscore no underscore dialog work process related. So related here 5 is there. You want to change it to the, so 4, you want to change it to the 6, you can change it to the 6 here. So BTC work process related, for currently 4 are there, you want to change it to the 5, we can change it here. So like that, if anything, if you want to change it, you can change it in the system, you can change it in the system. After changes in the RJ10, just click on the copy button, then go back. So save, copy and save. Do you want to activate the profile? Yes.
So this changes has been implemented to the SM50, right? Like instance, any instance, particular instance.
Particularly the changes, the related profile you are changing means that will be affected to the only that related instance only.
Yes, that related instance because of having the work processes now.
Right.
That will be increased now, right?
So see here, yeah, that is what I'm explaining here. To affect the activating the profile, that you have to restart the application server immediately. It won't go and affect it here. We need to restart it here. So we need to restart the application server here. If you see here 04, in the 04 application server, so we have the, so dialogs 5 and background is 4 here. Dialogs 5, background is 4 here. So which means you want to increase the configuration. So then you have to go to the RJ10 is the transaction code. So you want to increase the dialog work process. Dialog work process means which instance. So this is the instance. Select this one. Go to the extended maintenance. Click on the change button, and you see the dialog work process numbers, the parameter, that value here. Okay, that value here, so that we can change it. So not only dialog work process related, suppose you want to change other parameters also in the system. So here that only few are there here, which means only these are active. We have other parameters. In case if you could not find your parameters in the display list, just click on the create button. Okay, here just enter the parameter name here. If you don't know the parameter name, here there is a search bar, right? Just a browse button. If you browse it here, you will see the number of parameters in the systems here. So just select it. If you know only some word, suppose like, so login slash, you only this word, the parameter, then the login slash related parameters will be displayed here. The login slash parameters will be displayed here. Minimum password length, minimum password characters, minimum password special to reset this one. So this is the one. So login slash no underscore automatic underscore user underscore SAP star. This value we need to make it to the 0. So that the SAP star with the pass is allowed in the newly created clients here. Right? Just click on the copy button. Right? Just go back, copy. So 2 times we need to copy, then go back, right? Just click on the save, copy, save, activate. Copy, save, activate. So you have to restart the application server. To affect the changes, right? You have to restart the application server to affect the changes here. So RJ10. So when you change the parameters in the RJ10, you need to restart the app server. Then only the value will be affected. The value will be affected. And also this is called the, this you are restarting, right? This is called the, so static parameter. This is called the static parameter, right? So when you go to, when you do the changes in the object 11, you no need to, you no need to restart the app server. You no need to restart the app server. So immediately the value will be, value will be affected. The value will be affected. This is called the, this is called the, so dynamic parameters. Dynamic parameters. Okay. We have in the parameters, we have the two types of parameters are available here. So RZ static parameters, dynamic parameters. RZ10, RZ11. Static means you need to restart the system, definitely, then only the value will be affected. Dynamic means you no need to restart the system. So immediately the value will be affected. This is called the dynamic parameters. But not all the parameters are so dynamic, not all the parameters are static. So here we have to go to the RZ10. Suppose example RZ10. In the RZ10, just to give the parameter name here. Just to give the parameter name. So parameter name means here you can see, so login slash, right? So no underscore, automatic underscore, so user underscore SCP star, right? Just click on the display button. See here, here your value is displayed. There is no change option here. There is no change option here. So if there is a change button, this is the dynamic value. So this is, there is no change option here. Just only display option is there. So this is not the dynamic parameter. So in this way, we can find out which parameter is the static, which parameter is the dynamic. We can find out here. In the RZ11, the parameter value is changeable. That is the dynamic value. It's not the changeable, that is the static value here. Suppose how it will come, let me show you here. So some of the parameters. So I will tell you the examples here. Some of the parameters are dynamic values. We go to the RZ10. So here some of the parameters means, so gateway related parameters. Let me pull out the parameters list here. So this is also not the parameter. Okay, so one of the gateway related parameter. So just click on the display mode. You see the change value is enabled here. Change value is enabled. So you just click on the change. Just you can just 0. Then just click on the save button. Gateway value changes. Gateway value changes here. Then then this value changed immediately. The value is changed immediately, which means this is the dynamic parameter. This is the dynamic parameter. So just you want to test which parameter is static, which parameter is dynamic. Just to go to the RZ11, just click on the, just see if the, whenever you enter the parameter, the change value will come. The change value is coming means that is the change button is coming. That is the dynamic parameter. So then the, suppose if you enter the parameter, click on the display, there is no change value here. So then which is means, which is static parameter, which is static parameter. Definitely we need to change in the RZ10. We need to change the RZ10. Then we need to restart the system here. We need to restart the system here. We need to restart the system here. See here, here also dialogs 5, BTC4, and also we need to enable the login slash that parameter. If you don't know that parameter, just to go back, just to browse it. So then you will see the number of parameters here. Number of parameters here. You can see here, just there is a number of parameters here, right? So number of parameters are available here. So any parameter you can change here. Then click on the copy button, go back. So copy, go back, save, so activate, save, activate. This is the way you need to restart the application server. You need to restart the application server. So why we are doing these changes means, so to change the current configurations, we want to change the current configuration, we need to perform the this activity. We have to perform this activity here. So now we need to restart the system here. Now we have to restart the system here. Then just go to the ECQ here, then restart the application server. Just restart the application server. Just restart the application server. So that's it, right? So just restart the application server. The value will be impacted here. So, but production systems we have to restart in the during the off business hours. For non-production, we can restart anytime, but now production, especially production systems, we have to restart in the during the non-business hours. We have to do the restart here. So this is the way we need to change the parameter value, and see ECQ application server is down here. So which means it got stopped status.
But we can use it RZ11 as well now without restarting of the server.
Not all the parameters are dynamic parameters. Only few parameters are dynamic. So to identify which parameter static or dynamic, you need to go to the object11. There you can check. If it is a change value is coming, that is the dynamic value. You can do that one. So but that's required that don't require the restart. But if when you change the parameter value in the object10, you need to restart the system here. We changed it in the object10. Why? Because the parameter which we checked it, right, this parameter value is not the dynamic value, it's the static. So we changed in the object10. So when you change the parameters in the object, then these are the permanent changes. In the object11 are the just temporary changes only, temporary changes, it's not the permanent.
Sir, what is the extended maintenance required? When we are putting RZ10, every time we have to change the profile
Yes.
and parameter, we have to go
Right.
for the extended
Yes, we have to change it here. Extended maintenance, we are doing the maintenance, right? So that's why that is called the extended maintenance here. Now you see dialogues are 6. So BTC are 5, we changed it here. So yeah, every time we have to change that one. Not only here, every basis consultant, when you are working on the systems, so they have to change these values. So now see here. So now system is up now. Now I have created the 100 client now. Now I can log in with SAP Star with the PASS. I can log in now. See here, with the newly created client, I logged in now. So why I logged in here? How I logged in means, now I logged in with my 100 client which I created yesterday. So same way you can also log in with your create new clients and everything. Why? Because I changed to log into the newly created client. We need to activate the emergency user, means SAP Star pass we have allowed logged in. So same way I am just entered this user, this parameter, I change it in the profiles. So that's why we have the two types of profiles, instance profile and default profile here, instance profile and default profile here. So when you change the profile parameters, we need to carefully do that one. Why? Because here, just to go to the here, suppose you want to change the some instance profile. Go to administration data. So it's kind of just to information. Just to give the path of the information, just profile naming convention. So all those things. It does not require to change it here. It's administration. Basic maintenance means it does not required here. So programs, everything here. It's like system internal. These are the system internal related things here. So you no need to change anything here. Only extended maintenance, you need to select it. Just click on the display button or change button. Here you can change the values of the any parameter. So if the value of the parameter is not exist here means, then you need to click on the create parameter. Just click on the browse. Just browse parameter name. Then just you can provide the parameter name. You can provide the select any parameter. You can see the all the parameters are available here by default. Just to choose any parameter value here, any parameter value, you can choose it here. So then you can change the value here. You can change the value. Current value is the 512 MB. Then I can make it like 412 MB. Like that, I can change the parameter value, change it here. So same parameter, let me see whether it is changeable in the, okay, let me go back, copy, go back, save, activate. So these are the permanent. When you do the changes in the RZ10, these are the permanent changes here. Go to the RZ11 here, right? Parameter value, click on the display. So this is the static or dynamic parameter. This is the static parameter only. Why? Because here there is no change option. Here there is no change option. If the change value is coming from here, we can change it. But these are only temporary only. If you want that permanent, the value should be the permanent, definitely you have to go to the RZ10. There you need to change the parameter value. The parameter values, you can change it here. Any parameter value you can take it. Either default contains the default values here. Default values here means default host name, DB server name, so default SID, default schema. So all the default port numbers, all the information will be available here. All the information will be available here in the default one, default client, right? So default client, it is available. The defaults, common related profiles is available here. In only instance specific, that is available in the instance level. Application server specific, application server level, it is available here, right? Those things we can change it here. See here, now I logged into the newly created client. Same way, if we create the any other client, so we can log into the, so we can just change the value of this one. Maybe we can just go to the SAP star, just PASS pass, we can use it. We will log into the, so newly created clients here, right? If the, what, first of all, check the, what is the client, if is available, then we can log into the, that client here. If we go to the SEC4, you can see what are the clients are available here, 100, 206, 209. So there the multiple clients are available. Then we can log into the, these clients here. So this is the way we can log into the newly created client. So to log into the newly created client, we need to activate the emergency user. Then you want to activate the emergency user, you need to change the parameter. So where to change the parameter value? Then, so in RZ10 or RZ11 are the parameters where we can change the parameters. We have to log into the system configuration. By default, you will get the system configuration, right? SAP related configuration values. In any time, you need to change the value of the parameters to the different. Then you need to use the, this concept, profiles and parameters concept, RZ10 and the RZ11 concept. Any value you can change in the RZ10. Suppose if you go to the RZ10, so just select the any one of the profile, extended maintenance, change value, check whether your parameter value, here it is available, simply we can change it here, right? So if it is not available here, just click on the create button. If you know the parameter name value, you can put it here. If you don't know, just search it here. Don't know, if you just search it here, the parameter value here. You know only one word. Suppose like I want, suppose like, so login related only one word I remember. So here, see here, the login related parameters. I want minimum, I want to change the passwords related changes here. So when you go to the banking site, when you're resetting the minimum password length, lowercase letter, uppercase letters, so special characters. So like that, you have some value, right? So lowercase letter value should be the 1, currently 0. We can put the value here. Then like that, we can copy it here. We can change the values here. We can change the values here. Like that, we can change the minimum lowercase letters should be the 1 or 20 or 30. So like that, we can create the passwords, especially in the banking sector systems. So the value should be the, so especially the banking sector systems, so they will stick with the password rules, So normal systems, it's not required, especially in the banking sector, some other, so servers. So minimum we have to special characters, 1 password length, where we have to set means, so in the system level, we have to set that one. Then only when you are resetting the password, you need to log in with, you need to log in with the the special characters and one uppercase letter, numeric numbers, and all those things we will log in here. Okay, so that is called the RZ10 and RZ11. Anything we can change. If you want to change anything, any parameter value system configuration, you have to come to the here RZ10, then select the which instance related parameters, let's select that profile. So then go to the extended maintenance, click on the change button. This is what we have to do it in the systems.
Is there any limit of changing the parameters like that? Because of an instance, we can change. We can give it the numbers now.
Suppose the work process means this. Suppose like if you are changing the work process related parameters. So we cannot simply put like if 5 is there, now we cannot simply put like 50, 60, right, like that, right? Why? Because each work process will occupy the some amount of MB, some amount of memory, occupy the some amount of memory here. Suppose if I take the one work process, if I take hardly 150, not the 150 MB, I think 150 MB. One work process minimum, it will occupy the 150 MB here, 150 MB here, right? So now suppose I want to increase the dialog work process. First of all, in the system, I have to check in the system how much free is there. So total 10.6, 10.4 already occupying here, only 200 MB. Maximum I can go for the so 2 or 3 work process, I can increase it here. 2 or 3 work process, I can increase it here. Why? Because my system memory already reaching to the full that time. So you cannot increase it here. Why? Because system will go hung status. So when you have free memory, it's not below 80% or something. So that time we can increase so 4 or 5 work process, we can increase it here. But you already have the high memory, then there is no use of the increasing the work process here. So as I told, work process will always eat the memory and CPUs. So if you are the free, then you can increase it. If you don't have, then if you are already increasing the multiple, then system will go hung status. So carefully, when you are doing this one, we have to carefully plan all our activities and everything. So we have to carefully plan it. We have to carefully plan all these activities here. Okay. So that's the reason. So that is the reason. So we have to plan our change values, and also we have to restart the system during the non-business hours. Why? Because if you want to change the value, you need to restart the system. That you have to perform in the off business hours. So why? Because then only the value will be impacted. So either Saturday or Sundays or weekends or off business hours, we have to plan the parameter changes. Why? Because when you have done the changes, if you restart it, the users cannot log in. That is the downtime for them. So they cannot log in. So that is the downtime value for them. So they cannot log into the systems here. So that is the main thing here. So that is the downtime. Immediately they will report to the IR management system is not available, something like that. So immediately we will get the tickets and all those things here. Okay. That's why we have to inform properly. So then we have to do the work here.
Non-production hours, we have to do this task.
Yeah, yes, right. With the emergency, if everyone is agreed, immediately we need to restart during the business hours only. So, but it's not the emergency. We have to restart the off business hours. Then we have to restart in the off business hours only.
From customer, we'll get the details now, parameters to change it like that.
Yeah, you will
add.
you will get it out. You will get from the SAP or customer, whatever, whoever is there. You will get the VAR parameters. We have to change all the information. You will get from the SAP, as well as sometimes your client team also will tell you these things. We need to change it. So sometimes, so functional people, development people also will recommend to change these parameter values. Sometimes, as part of the issue troubleshooting, you came to know because of the minimum, because of the less dialogue process, we have these issues. Then you need to increase the queue more. But before increasing, check whether you have the enough memory capacity is available in the system or not. So those things we have to carefully check as a business consultant.
Input profile is post installation activity for the phone?
Yeah, importing, normally the profiles will be stored in the OS level, operating system level, one folder. But here, when you go to the RZ10, you see there are no profiles are available initially for us, right? What we have done is we have imported the profiles, one-time activity in the system, one-time activity. That's the reason importing the profile is the one of the post-installation activity here. So the profiles will read from the OS level. It is importing the profiles from OS level SAP MD ECQ profile to, and it is importing to the SAP level. SAP level importing, which means either OS level also we can change the profile values, or SAP level also we can change the profile parameter values. We can change it here. So those things we can change it here. So that's what. So two ways we can change the profile. Either operating system level we can change the profile value. Otherwise, in the SAP level, RZ10, RZ11. So SAP recommended to change the values in the RZ10 or RZ11 only. Don't directly do it in the SAP OS level, right? So we have to change the values here.
Ravindra, the thing I have a question here. The thing is that we have added the parameter for the client after the client creation, right? SAP star is to be for using the emergency purpose.
Right.
Do we need to maintain this? Do we need to activate permanently, or it's only for the temporary purpose for activating the client?
So yeah, only temporary purpose only we have to activate the emergency
Okay.
user. Emergency user means not always, just emergency purpose we have to activate it. Once our work is done, then
Okay.
we can deactivate it. Once our work is done, we can deactivate it. Later we can deactivate it. Deactivate means, so then we need to change the profile parameter value. We need to restart the system. That's it.
Or else you can do one thing, right? Let's say I added the particular specific parameter in my instance profile, and after that I have restarted the server instance. Can I change back? Can I revert back to my previous version so that it will get impacted, right?
Yeah,
Or else I need to, yeah.
we can change it. We can revert back it. We can revert back it. But after revert back, but when you restart it again, you cannot log into the newly created client with SAP star with pass. Since we don't have any user in the newly created clients. So
Okay.
as soon as you log in with the newly created client, so just create the one dummy user or temporary user or whatever you have to do. Just create the one user here, right?
Okay.
So that you have created the user now. You have created the user. So then you don't need SAP star user, right? You don't need SAP star. When you don't need SAP star user, that usage, then you can deactivate it. Don't need. But so when you need again, you need to activate it again. You have to restart it, right? Just perform all the work, whatever you need to do with SAP star. Then finally you need to revert back the parameter value. Then automatically the value will, the SAP star will be disabled.
No. What am I saying that I need to? Can I change back to my the previous version and restart the server after all the work which was done in my with using the SAP star?
We can
Let's say,
change, we can change it. Once your work is completed, we can change back to, we can change it to the previous value. We can change it.
No. I'm talking about the version the profile version I'm talking about.
Yeah, version we can change it. We can change the version, but in the latest version, you are not only changed this parameter, some other parameters also changed by someone that time. So that that values will be lost, right? Suppose now this is the version 6, right? In the version 6, you thought you are only changed this value to the 0 to 1. You changed it here, right? But some other people, they have changed the value of this value. This value also they have changed it here. So this value also changed. You are not aware of. You want to change, only revert back this parameter value. We will revert back it, not a problem. But others who change it in the version number 6, that is also will be impacted, right? That is also will be impacted here. Here you have the available versions here. So 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, so 0.5 also available. You have the available versions here. Just you can go ahead and you can revert the value. The values you can revert it here. So that my values, my dialog work process values, automatic SAP star value will be reverted. So it's fine. I can revert it now. So I can just make the copy of this one. I can rename to the underscore old. Okay. This is the last value parameter. Then which one I renamed here?
Dot old.
Yeah, 04 okay. Now I can change this to the, so then I will make it as a original here. I will make it as a original file here. So this is the original file now. In the original file, what is there here? Here just only changed the dialog to 6, BTC
Yeah.
to 5, and no underscore auto. This is fine. Okay, fine. All will be reverted. But here in the old file, means the latest file, I have not only changed this parameter value also there. Now I need to copy this one. So I need to change this value also. I need to change it here.
Okay, got it.
Otherwise, if I revert it without changing this value, other values will be gone. I can restart it now. The value will be impacted. So that's the thing. Each and every change, there is a version will be created operating system level. So .1, .2, .3, .4 means version 1, version 2, version 3, version 4, 5, 6. Like that, it will be created the values in the systems. It will create the values in the systems.
So as we have these parameter changes for for the instance, like as you said, that is for ASCS and the PS instances, we can make the changes, right, with the help of profile parameters.
Right.
So in the upcoming class, we will have will we have profile parameters for users for as well or what? When we'll create the users, we can we can give them the access level, we can amend the changes for the users. Like is there anything related to the users as well in the upcoming class?
User creation we have, user roles we have, permissions we have the classes, but specific user related no parameters. These parameters values are system wide parameters. So it's not the client specific also. So if you change the parameter value in any clients, you can change it. It will be impacted to the entire system, whole system. Why? Because these are the system configuration setting, not the specific user. All the users it will be impacted, not the specific user. If you want to only user specific, so there is some security related parameters. Those things, security roles, those are called the security roles, and so that is called the roles concept. Security roles, role level, we can change it to avoid the access to this particular parameters. That is a call that will come in the security part.
Okay, okay, sir. So for you users, any changes or any kind of access level changes we are about to apply, that it is called as a role.
Yeah, role level we can restrict it. So user don't want to access to the RJ10. Then one role, one security parameter we have to change it. There we have to remove this value, this transaction code value for the user. That will come as part of the security.
Okay, okay, sir. So this is a system-wide change. Entire
System configurations, these are the system configuration changes. If you want to perform any system configuration changes, so you need to go to the RJ10 or RJ11, you need to do the changes.
and this okay system-wide changes. This is related to system-wide changes, and it is not client or user specific, right? It will be applied to all of entire system.
Right, right.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. So once we log into the newly created client, we have the data is empty. Now we changed the parameter profiles and parameters. We have changed it. So we have changed the profiles and parameters. We logged into the newly created client. We are logged into the newly created client. We logged into the newly created client. Then what next? Then what next after the new created client here? Once we log
We
into
have to restart here, sir.
we have to
Restart application server.
yeah, we have to restart it, right? We have already started, right? We have already restarted. That's why we logged into the newly created client, right? You joined in between or you joined from starting?
Restart the I was thinking later.
Okay, okay. We restarted already.
One time only we restart.
Yeah, one time only we can do the all the changes, we can do the restart. But after restart, if you do again changes, again you need to do the restart.
Correct.
So that is what. So if you do multiple times, multiple changes have done, the finally do the restart, that's enough. The restart will impact the all the changes here. But if you do one change restart is done, if you do one more change, then if you don't perform the restart, then the values it won't impact. The values it won't impact. The value it won't impact.
Thank you. Got it.
Okay. So I think you can practice it regarding this client one. Okay. Just to practice the this